Hey everybody, it's your girl Nell, and I am in the tiny studio today. I was doing a little cleaning, and that's the most important thing, doing a little cleaning and a little organization, because when you have a space that you deem as a creative space, you want to make sure that it is conducive to your creativity. And for me, I have to have things organized or in some type of order, and for me to be as creative as I possibly can be. So that's what I'm doing in the tiny studio today. However, this is a vintage coach obsession video because you know that I am simply obsessed with vintage coach. And actually, I'm obsessed with coach, but I am truly obsessed with vintage coach. Now, I haven't done any coach videos lately, probably in the last 90 days or so, because I haven't done any shopping for vintage coach. After I purchased this one particular bag, which I call my unicorn bag, I have not really been interested in anything else. As you see, this is part of my vintage coach collection here, and there are some Coach basic bags there. There is a Coach penny bag there. There is a Coach convertible bag, Patricia, some Janice's up there. What else do I see? I see a couple of Crescents there. And so I really love vintage coach. And I have spent the last maybe 5 years or so investing in vintage coach. Before, there was like a really great interest in vintage coach brand, the vintage coach as a brand. And when that happened, the prices became enormous, astronomical, or astronomically out of my budget. Let's just say it like that. And I just have a unicorn list, and on the top of that unicorn list was this bag. And I believe that I first purchased it and showed it, well, let you see. I did an unboxing, and I did 2 unboxings of this particular bag. One was in black and the other was in brown or mahogany. And she was on the top of my vintage coach unicorn list, and I have been on the lookout for her for a number of years. And when I finally acquired the first bag, I was just over the moon. But when I had the opportunity to purchase the second bag, I was really ecstatic about it. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. After I acquired that second bag, I haven't worn any other bag since. For the past 90 days, I've only worn these 2 bags. This one particular Coach bag, and I'm sure you're going to know what it is, but if you're new to the channel, then let me just let you in on this open secret. The number 1 bag that was on my vintage Coach unicorn list is or was the Coach Stewardess bag. The Coach Stewardess bag was the number 1 bag on my vintage Coach list, and it was on the top of that list for 5 years. And as I said before, I have been on the lookout for a Coach Stewardess bag. However, as prices began to increase, and I was basically priced out of the vintage Coach market. Yes, I can, I don't have any shame in saying that, because that's a reality. I was priced out of the market. And when I was priced out, I just, I kind of gave up on ever really owning a vintage Coach Stewardess bag. And that was until this year. And well, actually, until January, when I stumbled across not one but two vintage Coach bags. And it happened within weeks of each other. One week I had found one and purchased it, and then a couple of weeks later I found another and purchased it. And I have not stopped wearing either one of those bags since then. I have not had the inclination to even wear my all-time favorite Coach bag, which is the Coach Horse and Carriage tote. I haven't worn, as you can see her right there, that cute little brown bag right there. Well, not little, she's huge. And you can see a snippet of her right now, and at the top of my shelf there, the brown bag. And I loved her so much, I bought her in multiples, but in smaller sizes, and that would be the subsequent, the robin's egg blue, and that you see towards on the top shelf towards the back, and then the apricot one. And so these three bags are my favorite Coach bags, but they're not vintage. The Coach Stewardesses are my vintage bags, and I happen to love them very, very much. Now, once upon a time, not so long ago, I had said that my favorite vintage Coach bag was the Coach Patricia, and then the Crescent. And I like those two bags because of how much they could carry, and they could carry a great deal of stuff, you know. And that's one thing about myself. I carry a lot of items when I'm out and about, and you know, I am asthmatic, so I carry a machine with me, a little, you know, small, and the word escapes me of what type of machine it is, but it's a nebulizer. So I carry a compact nebulizer in my bag with the little medications that go to it. You know, I also carry lipstick, I carry perfume, I carry, you know, cosmetics. I carry cosmetics. I carry a nice size wallet. What else do I carry? I carry hand sanitizer. I carry masks. I carry wipes. I carry all the things because I have always been the type of person who, I love a big bag and I love to put things in it. I do. I do. And if I happen to be out and about and a package is not, you know, super large, I'll stuff that into my bag as well. So that's why I really like carrying big bags. And once upon a time when I was in my 20s, late teens, 20s, I used to carry a small bag, but I would lose my bag, or I would I lose my purse, or I would leave it, you know, I leave it on the bus, I would leave it somewhere. And I learned as a mind trick to carry a big bag and become a big bag or a big purse or, you know, a huge tote, because I would then become accustomed to the weight. So I knew that if I was out and about and I didn't have that weight on my shoulders, that something was wrong. And that's why I became accustomed to carrying large totes or large bags. So the Coach Stewardess, when I first had a glimpse of her way, way back in the 80s, you know, I was like, wow, that's a really big purse, a really big bag. And I could really use something like that. That would be something that I would love to have in my life. But at the time, I didn't have the funds for that. However, flash forward to, you know, almost 40 years later, I have two Stewardess bags. And when I tell you that I have not worn any other bag in 90 days, I kid you not. I kid you not. And the thing is that you know, I've gone from wearing the black, and here she is. I've gone from wearing the black Stewardess for, you know, 2 or 3 weeks or a month, and then I've gone to the mahogany Stewardess. And actually, I've been wearing the mahogany Stewardess for about 2 months. I've been wearing this bag for 2 months, and I just switched back the other day to the black Stewardess. Both of these bags carry a great deal of stuff. They're from two different decades. I'm trying to think which one is from. I think this Stewardess is from the late 90s, and this Stewardess is from the late 80s. I have to look and see, because one of these bags doesn't have a registration, or I should say a style number. One of these bags is not, and I'm trying to remember which one. Maybe I should check it out. But anyhow, I will. But this bag carries a lot of stuff. Now, she doesn't have a back slip pocket like I think the Patricia has a back slip pocket, and I'm trying to think what else has a back slip pocket. I think the Patricia has a back slip pocket, and my Crescent, which are two of my other favorite bags, they have back slip pockets, but the Stewardess doesn't have one because it really doesn't need one. When you open her up, she has, see, it has some stuff on there. I'm going to have to get the cleaner and clean that. She has a small slip pocket here where you can fit anything. You could possibly put your phone in here, or you could put your phone, or you could put your other, whatever else you may be packing in your bag. You put it in this slip pocket, which is where I actually keep my phone. Keep it inside of here. And then you have the main compartment. And along with the main compartment, you also have a really deep slip pocket in the back. I don't know if you can see it, but here's the zipper, and it spans the width of the bag. And it has, you can put a lot of stuff in there too. And I absolutely love this bag because, like I said, you could put a whole lot of stuff in here. Like the other day, I was at I went shopping, and then I went to CVS to pick up my prescription, and it was 2 prescription bags. Do you know that I was able to open up my bag? You see, it's already stuffed with things in it. I was able to put 2 prescription bags inside of here. 2. And you see, I have it's packed already, but I was able to get some more stuff in here. And that's why I really like this bag. It's also easy on my shoulder. Remember how I told you that I had I bought the what's the name of that bag? I think it's called the Lindsay Madison bag, and it was a top handle bag, and it had a lot of compartments. It had brass work, it had brass hardware, and I really liked that bag. I like it because it had compartments. Of course, it was big, it was leather, and I felt it was a really great substantial bag for me. But when I brought it home, there were some issues with it. And I'm not saying as far as, I'm not talking about the leather anymore. What I'm saying is, once I put the things that I put in the Stewardess bag inside the Madison Lindsay bag, I couldn't carry it. I could not carry the bag because it was too heavy. And then on top of that, I said it was a top handle bag, right? It wasn't a convertible bag, so it didn't have straps to it. So that meant that I was just holding it, and it was just too heavy. It was really too heavy, and I ended up giving that bag to my daughter. But the Stewardess, even though it's heavy, right? It's heavy because it is made of leather, and it does have a lot of things inside. But the way that the bag is structured, and I'm guessing it's due to the engineering of the bag, it's heavy. It's a lot of things in here, and it's heavy, but it's not so heavy that I can't carry it. I can carry it on my shoulders, and the straps are strong enough and stable enough where I can have this bag on my shoulders and it doesn't hurt. it's not noticeable. The weight isn't pulling on me, and that's why I really love this bag. Now, if you know the history of this bag, then you know that this is the bag that we call them, we call them flight attendants today. But you know, back in the day, they were called stewardesses, and this was this actual bag that stewardess carried. And the reason why is probably what I've already discovered. You know, it's a substantial bag. It is durable. When I get into my truck, I fling it over to the passenger side, or I fling it to, you know, behind me or something of that nature. I'm not scared to carry this bag. I'm not worried if it rains or if something gets dropped on it, you know, like something liquid, or if it gets dirty. I'm not stressed about that, because all I have to do is come home and clean it and wipe it off or clean it, and that's it. And I'm just saying that, and it goes with everything. Of course, you know the color black goes with everything, doesn't it? So it goes with everything. And then when I'm feeling sassy and saucy, I just break out with the brown one, the mahogany one, because mahogany is beautiful, isn't it? And so that is why I love these two bags, and I haven't worn anything else in 90 days. Can you believe that? In 90 days. Now, the next bag that I am looking at and eyeing is this stewardess bag, but I would like it in camel or tan or British tan. And that's what I am seeking at this time, but I'm not willing to spend $399 on it either. No. But I wanted to hop on here, and like I said, I haven't done a Coach video in a long time. If you have questions about vintage Coach, please do not hesitate to drop down in the comment section and we can talk about it. And maybe you would like for me to do an in-depth video on some of the Coach bags, the vintage Coach bags that I have sitting to the, which is my left, which would be your right. So if you see something you would like for me to talk about to you, or give a description of, and tell you what I like about it or what I love about it, because I am obsessed with vintage Coach, just let me know and I will create a video just for that. But I had to hop on to let you know I have not stopped loving vintage Coach. I love vintage Coach, but most importantly, I love my vintage Coach stewardess bags. I really, really do. These are my babies. These are my favorite bags. And I hate to say that because I don't want to give off the impression as if everything is my favorite. Like my daughter, the Tiny Studio assistant, likes to say, when I hear a song on the radio, I'm like, oh, wow, that's my jam. And my Tiny Studio assistant says, every song is your jam, Mom. So, you know, I'm sure someone is saying out there in YouTube land, girl, Nell, every vintage Coach bag is your favorite bag. And I have to say, given my track record, you would not be far from the mark on that, because that's what I have said in the past. I have said that the vintage Coach Patricia was my favorite bag. I said that the vintage Coach Crescent was my favorite bag. But ultimately, they're number 2 and 3 on that list. My favorite all-time vintage Coach bag happens to be the Stewardess. I just love these bags. So that is it for me today. I wanted to hop on and address my Coach lovers today. I haven't been on in a while, and that's why I haven't really done any Coach videos, is because I have been busy preoccupied with my vintage coat stewardess bags. So I will talk to you or see you next time here in the tiny studio, and maybe we'll talk about something else, coach, if you would like that. And I'm going to, like I said, I haven't been interested in anything else because I just feel I have the ultimate right here in my collection. But I think I might go skipping and hopping through the secondhand market online, and I'll check it out and see what kind of vintage Coach bags they have. And I heard on in a Facebook group that the prices on vintage Coach bags are dropping. So I'll go ahead and check that out for myself, and I'll let you know. Your girl Nell will let you know if that is truth or myth. So I will see you next time. Listen, if you have not already subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Please go ahead and subscribe to Simply Nell's Tiny Studio. And also, do not forget to like and hit the notification bell. As a matter of fact, what we's gonna do is we gonna pause it right here, and I'm going to allow you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. So yeah, the like thumb, the thumbs up button. So why don't you go ahead and do that right now, and I'll just pause. I'll wait for you right here. 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much for watching today. And if you would like to become a sustainable member here in the Tiny Studio, there will be information linked in the description box that will help you to do so. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are welcome here in the Tiny Studio. I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.